It's no secret that the vast majority, if not all Star Wars games has been produced and handled by EA Games. Most noticeable, the gaming community had been graced with the presence of the reimagined Star Wars Battlefront and Battlefront 2 games, which admittedly overpromised and underdelivered. But don't get me wrong, the Battlefield games had some amazing moments and visually looked stunning, but needed a lot of work and after-launch support and development to actually become the games they promised. In addition to this, microtransactions in the game meant if you were willing to spend money, you would have the advantage.
I felt a great disturbance in the Force,
leaving the community of players who couldn't afford to tip excess money into the game to remain competitive with a sour taste in their mouths.
Hey! Stop it!
Thankfully, in 2019, Respawn, the team that delivered the Titanfall series and later Apex Legends, released Star Wars: The Fallen Order, following the story of a young Jedi Padawan, Cal Kestis, who managed to escape the massacre of Order 66 and go into hiding. However, in doing so, lost the majority of his connection to the Force and has suppressed the trauma of Order 66, which has resulted in Cal forgetting how to use his abilities.
Yes, very sad.
Through the first game, we follow Cal through his story narrative, and along the way reconnect to the Force, making you somewhat of a badass, until the end of a game where you turn into a little bitch when coming face to face with one Darth Vader.
Run, bitch! Run!
Now here we are in 2023, and we have been given the sequel to Fallen Order with Jedi Survivor. Now right away as we launch into the game, the universe has been seriously overhauled. Landing on Coruscant, we can see that the Jedi Temple is a little bit different to what it used to be, and certainly a lot different from what Cal remembers.
Hold up! Wait a minute! Something ain't right!
Descending down into the lower levels of Coruscant, I can't help but think that I have seen this before.
Good for a while.
If you're a Star Wars fan, you might recall the game that never was, Star Wars 1313. The opening to Jedi Survivor gives the subtlest of nods to the game that might have been, by descending the same tunnel in the opening cinematic.
Hey, it's me.
The game is set sometime after the events of the Fallen Order. Focusing on Cal as a character, right away we can see that Cal is no longer a scared Jedi on the run from the merciless Empire trying to hunt him down. Cal is a lot more confident in himself and his abilities, which we can see translate through his dialogue and through the magic of facial motion capture. Cal seems like a man with a plan and on a mission. He no longer comes across as a deer in headlights and fumbling his way through life.
But you are not a Jedi yet.
Into traversal of the game, you have retained all of your Force abilities from the previous game with a quick refresher on control layout and now armed with additional ways of moving around the map with a grappling hook ability. Similar to that in Titanfall 2, you can now quickly get around high-flying traversal obstacles with ease, and it looks and feels damn cool when you're playing. From a combat perspective, we have the ability to change our lightsaber from a single blade to double blade to dual wielding. This is seen as a stance change, and you can only have 2 of these active at any given point in time and can be changed from the meditation menu, but more on this further into the video. There is a lot more in the way of slow motion abilities in combat, which better showcase Cal and the final blow to whatever poor Imperial variant is brave enough or unfortunate enough to try and take you on in combat situations. With the addition of some new characters, Cal can also issue orders to AI companions and also perform combo finishes for laying the smackdown in a tag team.
Choke slam to Christian! Hang time there, baby, goodbye! There is no
Speaking of slow motion abilities, the first power Cal gets access to in Fallen Order is a type of slow motion ability, allowing Cal to slow down events, allowing him to save people or traverse through obstacles safely. In Jedi Survivor, Cal has been able to apply this to combat, allowing you to dive into a mob of Imperials and lay waste to a handful of them before they have ample time to respond. Moving into the leveling up system, Jedi Survivor expands upon its meditation system, which is still present in the game, but the layout is now changed from a constellation type interface to more of a moving ancient tablet style interface, with depictions of the various skill trees that are upgradable as you progress through the game. As with Fallen Order, when you rest at meditation sites, all of Cal's health will be restored, but so too will all the enemies you have felled along the way, so this is something to keep in mind as you play. Customization of Cal's lightsabers and BD1 is still possible in the game, giving you the ability to shape and personalize how Cal looks from hairstyle, facial hair, and clothing, as well as mentioned previously, selecting your lightsaber stance choices and customizing the look and colors of your lightsaber. Now at the time of this recording, all I have done is the opening level of the game, as to not give away anything from the story standpoint. But already, this game is shaping up to be something special and a worthy successor to the Fallen Order, portraying excellent character growth and development and expanding on the story of the first game. And while I am early into the game, I have many unanswered questions myself. Are you playing Jedi Survivor? What do you think so far? Feel free to let me know in the comments down below. Until next time, friends.
The Force will be with you, always.